How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Amazon raising their minimum wage to $15 per hour. Now, this move has gotten widespread positive feedback from politicos, people like Bernie Sanders. The White House allegedly gave their praise. Also, regular normies that don't understand the way business works, they've all praised this move. Now, for politicos, I understand, because it's a political move. It looks great. You're raising your wages. You're trying to close the income inequality gap, all that good stuff. That's the way it looks on paper to the regular normie who I spoke of that does not understand the way business works. They think, oh, well, if you work at Amazon, you can get $15 an hour now. You can get a lot of good stuff with that. You have a livable wage, all this, that, and a third. But let's just cut straight to the chase here. This wage increase comes with some strings attached. All right. There are already programs that exist right now at Amazon that help employees make more than their hourly wage. And employees depended on that because those things won't be there anymore after the wage hike goes into full effect, I think in 2020 and 2021. Now, if you are a warehouse employee, you're granted 2 stocks once you start working there that are worth about $2,000 each as of right now, a little less than that, about $1,950. Okay. So you get your stock grants. Then you also get performance-based pay that's variable. It's like an NFL contract. You may have your base pay that you are guaranteed to get paid, but you also have things that go on top of that that can boost your pay depending upon how you perform. Seasonal stuff, things like that. How well you do can determine your pay. But since those things are gone, how much are you really getting paid? Let's say you had a warehouse guy that already made $14.50 an hour. Okay. Is he going to get a raise that is greater than the percentage of his counterparts that did not make the $14.50? Like, let's say he's working in the warehouse making $14.50 and his coworker just started, makes $11 an hour. So the coworker gets a raise to 15, but he makes $14.50. Will his raise be the equivalent, or will it just go 50 more cents to $15? And also, he was making money off of the stock, or he had the money in the stock that he could take and do whatever. And then he also had the performance-based pay. So he doesn't have that anymore. If all you got is $2 an hour for a raise and you had your variable pay increases that you could potentially make at the end of the year wiped away, how much did you actually get as a raise? You wind up losing money because these variable performance-based pay things are worth thousands of dollars. You're talking about guys bringing home $2,000 to $3,000 per year easily from these things, but they're not there anymore. So what you did was, in an effort to have everybody be quote unquote equal, what you did was you brought people that were higher than others down closer to the level of others. If the gap in the warehouse was like this, you made it like this. You know, if the gap was here and it was like that, you brought it here and made it like that. So everybody kind of has less money when you look at the whole thing overall. Some may have a little bit more, but overall, everybody has less. And don't get it twisted. We're talking about Amazon here. They have plenty of money. So what do you do when a human being becomes too expensive, or when a machine will cost less than a human being once you kind of stretch it out? Because some people would say, oh, well, automation won't really be a big deal here because a human being would still cost less. All you doing is paying $15 an hour, but you got to add that up over a period of months, years, etc. Plus all the taxes, insurance. You got to have workspace, workman's compensation, EEOC. You might get sued because you violated the EEOC. You got to fill these phantom quotas. You can't really call them quotas when you're talking about racial stuff, but you got to fill other things that kind of are quotas, but not really. Rather than dealing with all that, which is very expensive, you can just hire a machine. If the machine costs $200,000, it may still be less than a human being at $15 an hour once you stretch it out to about 3 to 4 years down the line. It's also going to be more reliable. more dependable. It's not going to file a complaint to HR. It's just going to be there doing the task in a monotonous robotic way because it is a robot. It is not a human being. So what you're going to have is less people overall get hired. So let's say you're in the running for a new Amazon headquarters and they may have a warehouse, a distribution center or something like that. Before the facility was being built, they promised you like 20,000 jobs. But now they're going to pay their employee $15 an hour. What they may do is reduce that to about 15,000 jobs of actual human beings, and then have automation come in to show up the back end. And then they may have subcontractors and stuff like that. So they're not technically employees. They can pay them whatever they want. Guys that come stock the store and stuff like that, they got the same thing at Amazon, sure. I mean, they already have people that do the Amazon Flex, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if these guys and girls are actually Amazon employees, but it's kind of like an Uber situation when you're a self-contractor. You can just go pick up packages, sign up for the thing, and do that. Kind of like DoorDash and Uber Eats. You can have that same thing for Amazon. Are these individuals Amazon employees? I don't think they are, because if you were, why not just, have your own little shipping service or something? You understand what I mean? So at the end of the day, what's happening here is Amazon is finding unique ways to shift the money. Amazon is not going to eat that price. They've already started to raise prices on the website itself. Amazon Prime has gone up. It used to be, I think it was $9.99. Now it's $12.99 or something like that. Used to be able to get the whole thing for a year for $100. Now that's like $119, $120. There was a program they had with the video games. If you were to pre-order a video game, they would give you 20% off. I did a video about that on ABL Gaming where I talked about you can get a game that will cost like 60 and change for 47 plus tax. But now all they do is give you a $10 credit that's not even available until 30 days after you purchase the game. And the credit can go towards anything on Amazon. But it's like, okay, that kind of defeats the purpose. I don't want to have to spend more money with Amazon. I want to be able to get a discount on the game. But see, when they're starting to cut back money, you're going to see some things that you actually like get deprecated to pay for this new minimum wage. It's very simple. People don't understand how much payroll costs. It is the largest expense. I think I was doing a little math problem a few months ago when I was talking about Walmart. If they raised their minimum wage by just $1, raising it by $1 for all their employees will cost them like $1 billion in a year. $1 billion would it be? And they only make net profit about 16 billion out of like 436 billion or something, some big number like that. Their profit margin is like 3.5%. So you're dealing with a very small, razor thin profit margin that any little imbalance in their sheets is going to just mess up. If you bring in a thing that costs a fraction of a penny, that might mess up the money in a catastrophic way. You're dealing with a tightrope here. That's how these stores operate. That's how these big companies operate, where they're able to give you cheap goods for an even cheaper price. So that's pretty much all I got to say. Minimum wage, $15 an hour. It seems good, doesn't it? But then once you find out your hours are being cut, you were getting 35 hours a week. Now you're getting 20 hours a week. Then once you find out you don't have your stock options anymore, then once you find out you don't have your incentive-based pay that could potentially get you $2 to $3 grand extra per year on top of your hourly money, you realize that you're actually not doing any better at all. But this is business. You want $15 an hour? This is what it takes to get it. And I look forward to more people realizing what's going on. So hopefully they fight against the 15 rather than fighting for 15. So what do you think? Do you think Amazon's new minimum wage is a good idea? If you think so, please explain to me why. I mean, I'd like to know how getting rid of the stock grants for warehouse employees and also the incentive-based pay, which is worth much more than the actual raise, is a good thing. How does that make any sense? If somebody was to come to me and say, okay, ABL, we can pay you $13 an hour and we'll give you 37 hours a week, plus we'll give you 2 stocks. We'll grant you the 2 stocks. It won't come out of your pay. We'll grant you 2 stock options, plus you'll be able to get incentive-based pay that can get you an extra 2 to 3 grand, or you can get $15 an hour with no stocks and no incentive-based pay. See, Amazon, they're trying to say, oh, well, this is better because they know what they're going to get. There's no risk involved. It's not up for the look. Don't try to run that game on me. I understand what's going on here. You're trying to give more money per hour to pay less money overall. That's how big business operates. When it's all said and done, their payroll money will probably actually shrink. By giving you more money, they'll make their payroll shrink because they've eliminated other things that they were giving you as bonuses that you can earn, and also stocks that you can keep and have it make money for you. But this is the nature of the beast. This is the nature of business. And whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.